No, this is our show. Right?
Mhm.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast.
Hey
I'm
guys,
Steve
we're
DeFay.
back.
Why do you have to interrupt me all the time?
Why not?
Yeah,
That's what I say.
I'm Steve. This is Ali. And that's John. And we're Nine Panel. And we're at the Fallout Shelter, as you can see.
We are.
This is our weekly comic book show. So we're going to do this here. It's a little awkward for us because I don't have my
Not
headphones
for me.
on.
Yeah.
It's not awkward for me at all.
Well, I miss my headphones. That's all.
I'm doing a
Well,
kiss thing.
just
I'm doing
pretend
a
you're
kiss
having a
thing.
regular conversation about stuff.
I don't like having conversations with you. So that's
Alright.
a problem. Anyway, so we're here this week. It's for Banned Book Week. We're going to start a monthly series where we're going to be doing a...
I'm miming you right now.
Alright,
I can mime him.
I like it.
Okay.
We're doing a weekly or a monthly show here now. You're miming me as well?
Yeah.
So you're just looking at the camera. So
Well, I gotta
people,
look at.
So people are going to think you're just staring at the computer screen. You're doing well. This is off to a rousing, successful start.
No,
It's
we
always
got.
successful when we're doing it.
Yeah, we got two of us miming. I think we're good.
No. Anyway, so we're here at the Fallout Shelter. We'll be doing this once a month now at the Fallout Shelter. We'll be doing a show. We have Mark and Ron in the background. Mark is, of course, the owner of the Fallout Shelter, and Ron is our lovely ex-Pullist man.
I also
He's
wanna-
gone.
I want to point
No.
out
He's still a Pollock.
in the foreground we have
Yeah, these guys.
a wide array of merchandise that you can purchase at the Fallout Shelter.
At the Fallout Shelter. Not at .com.
No,
Buy them at the
they don't
website.
They
have
don't
any-
do that, no.
They don't
You
have
have to
any
come to the
merchandise.
store, and it's a good store.
Yeah.
It's 320 Highland, or Raritan Ave,
Yeah.
in Highland Park, New Jersey. So you have to come here. This is our sponsor. We love our galactic corporate overlords. So make
Yes.
sure to come on down and have a good time.
Yes.
So Ali,
So
What's
up,
new?
Guys? Nothing much. I'm single. As you guys
good for
know.
you.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
are you excited about this?
There's all the British chicks now.
All the British
Come on,
chicks?
babes. Come to me. Come to me.
You have a terrible British
I
accent.
don't have a terrible British accent.
Terrible.
Anyways,
Oi!
That's not a great one either.
I saw Gotham this week.
Okay.
was that? I
Yeah, I
haven't
haven't seen it yet.
So I'm kind of confused by it. So they release it on Monday, but then they say it debuts on Friday. So I'm kind of confused.
Wait, what?
What do you mean?
I heard just it debuts on Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, or Tuesday? No.
So yesterday.
Maybe they
yesterday.
have some type of release.
Or
party
Monday. No, it was
released
Monday.
Monday. But then when I went to Fox.com, it says Gotham premieres Friday, September 26th. So I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter
But it doesn't
because you
really
saw
matter.
it.
Maybe
I did
they're
see it,
having
yeah.
another-
But I watched it legally.
Good for you.
You guys know I'm a very
On the
illegal person.
TV.
So what do
Good
you guys
for
think?
you.
Did you guys check it out?
We did
I
not.
haven't seen it yet. I've only seen like Sleepy Hollow, like the
So-
new
Yeah.
shows that came out.
Here's the problem. The problem with the show.
No shows.
The problem with the
That was
show
audio.
is that it there's a lot of overacting, more than Arrow.
Well, that's Fox.
Yeah, it is Fox.
I'm
yeah.
not really surprised by that.
Acting
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Calculon-esque
yeah, and apparently every episode is gonna have a red herring
for the Joker,
for the
right?
Joker. The first
Yeah.
one was really cool. Really liked it. Like Fish Mooney, played by Jason
I heard
Bateman.
Fish Mooney was the most overacted of all of them, but she actually
So
was
Fish
supposed.
Mooney is the red herring.
No,
No. I get it because
Yeah.
it's a fish.
Fish.
Yep. No, I like it. I like
it.
it.
I like it.
I got-
We can do that. We can use that
Yeah.
for future.
What's that? A trout.
There was a lot of good
That's
characterization.
not as good.
They all can't
Uh,
be gems.
Carmine Falcone is exactly how they had set him up to be in the original series where he was like Don Corleone. So
Okay.
that's pretty cool. And Bruce Wayne is actually steals the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's all sad.
He's all sad, but he's also really strong.
How
He's
is the kid that
strong.
And that's
That's
Ron
fine.
and Sana. No, not Ron and Sana.
podcast
Hi,
mom?
Hi, Ron.
Can we get a high five?
We're like, this is Ron.
Hi.
Hey, guys.
He's
What's
leaving
up?
you
Trying to
hanging.
get a high five.
How
Trying
are
to get a high five.
You want to come and sit down? Hey, there's a puppy in here too.
Can't really stay. I
Okay.
can say hello.
Hi, say hello.
Hi. Where am I?
It's over there. It's the
Yeah.
camera on the chair.
Yeah, to the chair.
That's
How are
Ron.
But yeah, so what's new? How's life?
Life's fantastic.
How's the job?
Job is good.
Yeah.
Ron
I
is
don't
now.
want to really talk about it too much.
No, that's
not
fair.
In an official capacity, but I got a new job, so I used to work here. I don't think anyone's watching, but if you are,
That's true. No, he's right. There's no one watching.
Yeah, at this point.
we'll save it for later. But yeah, hopefully you guys are getting everything you need. And missing
Yeah.
me a little bit. And,
I miss you a lot. That new guy is terrible.
Yeah.
No, he's fine. He's basically you, but
He's like a
different.
fake version of you.
yeah,
different glasses.
he's like
Different glasses.
a younger, hipper version of me.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't wear polo shirts like that.
He's
Yeah, you're the font at Scott Bakula.
Oh, I love Scott
I don't know the
Bakula.
reference.
For Happy Days.
Yeah.
They brought in Chachi.
Right, who was the new Fonz?
I
When
heard.
Fonz left.
Okay, yeah. Now I get
You
it.
got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you watch Gotham?
No, we were
I
just
did.
talking about
I
that.
thought I watched Gotham.
Did you like it?
It was weird.
It was weird.
Everything felt like it moved at 75 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And like
Is that fast?
Way fast.
Yeah, that's like
Okay.
pretty
That's
fast.
10 miles over the speed limit.
Yeah.
Oh, in New
Yeah.
Jersey.
But
Yeah.
it just felt
In
like it was going
Montana,
way
it's
too
actually
fast.
under the speed limit.
And
Okay.
the last scene kind of was like that. They ended it like that.
Yeah, it was
Like,
weird.
He ate a sandwich. Like what?
Yeah, last scene was really
I-
Oh,
weird.
spoiler alert.
I love
Spoiler
sandwiches.
alert. BLTs
Yeah, but you-
are to kill for.
Yeah, but you don't know whose it is. Also, with
You don't know whose sandwich it is?
also it's kind of
I
crazy
don't know.
how he killed that guy with one swipe of that little knife.
Right. And he
Yeah.
took a sandwich.
Took a sandwich,
Like
And then-
what was
Wait, he
that?
ate a dead man sandwich?
a dead
Yeah.
man sandwich.
Well, as long as there's no blood or
No, there was blood there.
Blood, lettuce, and tomato.
Yeah.
All right.
a BLT.
I'm out.
Bye,
guys.
Ron.
Bye, dog.
Later.
Not talking to you, Ron.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you as well. So yes, anyway, let's talk about so Gotham was okay.
7 out of 10.
Oh, okay, it's not bad.
That's
It's
decent
not
for a
bad.
pilot.
For a pilot episode, I think
It's
it's pretty
written
solid.
really well.
Okay.
Written really well.
How's Ben McKenzie?
Which one's Ben McKenzie?
Gordon.
See,
So my problem with that is I feel like I haven't seen him, like he should be the lead, and I feel like I'm not invested in him yet. I'm more invested in Bruce Wayne, and the whole point of the show is for me to care about Jim Gordon.
well, was there a lot of Jim Gordon in this episode?
Yes, more than enough Jim Gordon.
Okay.
Also, his fiancee Barbara Keene is way too hot for him, and she cannot act for shit.
That's fine.
Sorry.
She's gonna look good, so it's fine.
But there was a lot of like literal like. All right, so let me give you guys the other problem I have with the show. It's over the top. Like Poison
Right.
Ivy is this little girl with red hair who plays around with what's it
Plants?
called? With plants. You have the guy, the red herring's Joker, is a comedian. You
Oh,
have the guy named Penguin waddling like a penguin. You have the guy who plays a Riddler. Like they tell him, hey, if I want to get a riddle, I look at it in the funny papers, or you know, what's up with you and all these riddles? You know what I mean? Like it's like okay, we know who you're talking about. Or you have
hey, that guy has crocodile skin. He must be Killer Croc.
Selena Kyle. Look at her name. Oh, look, it's Selena Kyle. She plays with cats all day. Like it's just so over the top. Like I felt it was just a bit much.
So did Michelle Pfeiffer, though.
Yeah, but it was.
Yeah, but
But it was set up a little differently. I thought that.
this also
Catwoman
has
was
a bit of a more of a grittier, realer
supposed to be
tone.
grittier, and it seems
But-
like it's weird because people have cell phones in this show, but everybody has old cars. So I'm like trying to remember.
Wait, what?
So everyone has cell phones, but nobody drives like a car newer than like the 1980s, like a 1980s car.
Well,
That's
they might
odd.
be
Yeah.
just trying to do something. Because they do that in like all the Batman films, except for I don't know if Batman, like the Nolan trilogy did it, but the other Batman films had like you would see.
Like a noir-esque.
Yeah, like you would see. They would give it a timeless feel. They would have
It was kind of like a
buildings
Dick
and
Tracy
vehicles
feel.
from like
Yeah,
all
yeah,
different eras. So maybe that's what they're
It's a little
going
strange.
for.
I was kind
I
of thrown
hope
off
they
by it.
do like just to throw people off. They have like one like 80s cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like then another guy.
And
has
that's
an
the
iPhone.
cutting edge one.
Yeah.
Then another guy has an iPhone.
Mhm.
But
Also coming back yesterday, and I don't know if you saw this either, was Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I didn't get that. That
I
one was
didn't get
kind
a
of put on pause for me. That was gonna be the next show watch, but I
Yep.
fell asleep.
I didn't get a chance to watch that
I heard
as
it was
well.
really good though. People.
I heard it was a solid boost.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then again, the first 2 episodes were pretty good.
Coulson,
As long-
right?
That's the guy.
As
You
long
got
as
him.
long as they don't slow down in the middle like they did last year, I think we're in good.
Right. Other than that, I
Flash
mean,
comes out this week,
no.
September 22nd.
No. October, like, 11th.
Are you sure?
Guaranteed.
So is it Arrow coming out this week?
No. That's also the same week.
Oh no, the September 22nd was my bad. It was Gotham, and
You're a failure.
I am a failure.
And then
I'm sorry.
Constantine is later in
I
October
already
and
saw
all that good
Constantine.
stuff.
You guys should check that out
You guys at home.
at home.
Right.
It's not,
Everybody.
it's not watching.
Focus. And everyone else. Other than that, what are you doing on your phone,
I
John?
wanted to see if you were right. So first episode of Flash is October 7th. Yeah, October 7th.
All right.
And
So
then-
I was a
and
little
then
off.
Can you look up Arrow?
I'm guessing Arrow's premiering the same day.
That's what I
Really?
would guess, but
That would make the
check
most
as
sense,
well.
right? You
They
would
do
both
like a
them back to
back-to-back.
back. Why wouldn't
That'd
you
be
do those
interesting
back
if
to
they did
back?
That'd be
Yep.
interesting.
Back.
Also, guys,
back.
Comic Con's coming up.
Yeah, New York Comic Con. We got some interviews lined up, so look
We got
out for
some cool
those.
interviews lined up.
We got. I won't be doing them because I'm not going Comic Con because Comic Con's
Uh,
terrible.
It's not terrible. Yeah, you talk about this every week. So
I hate Comic Con.
Who do we have lined up for Comic Con? We have Gillian Anderson of X Files. We have Scott Adsit of 30 Rock. We have Mike Tyson. We have
Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson.
Oh my God! You're
Iron
gonna talk?
Anthony McTappen.
Can you ask him about his pigeons?
I'll ask him about his business.
Don't
Nice.
ask him about his pigeons.
Why?
Because he might bite Ollie's face.
He raises pigeons. What do you want him to do?
We have Hulk
Not
Hogan.
ask him about it.
We have some of the cast of the league. And
Who is
cool.
some of the cast of the league?
like Kevin, Pete, Andre,
Brian?
Brian.
and
No Rafi.
no Rafi and no Jenny.
No Jenny.
Seems like Jenny also said no.
That's a bummer.
It is kind of a bummer. And then we also have Jason David Frank, as I said last week.
Yeah. A
And
little bit of bad news concerning Jason David Frank.
what's the bad news?
We'll get to it a little bit later.
Wait, really? This bad news?
A little bit of bad news, at least for
October
Some-
8th. is
Oh, so it's the day
the
after.
Arrow.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Not the Arrow.
Not the Arrow. The Arrow.
The Arrow.
No, just
The
Arrow.
Arrow.
And then William Shatner.
Cool. The
Cool
Shat.
Shat.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart told me no, and then hopefully I'll be getting a yes from LeVar Burton this week. So that would be pretty cool.
Oh, sweet visor dude from
I would
Star Trek.
definitely talk to him about
Also
reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
That would be what I would talk to him about.
Reading Rainbow.
Well, I would talk to him about his Kickstarter
Oh,
campaign
and
for Reading Rainbow.
Jerry Springer.
No
Nice.
shit. He was the governor.
Yeah, actually, what's funny was
You
his,
should-
Or no, he was a mayor.
his
Yeah,
he was a
publicist didn't
My
even
mom
know
never
he was
looked-
doing Comic Con
You weren't allowed to watch it?
My mom was not a huge fan of me
because
watching
his mom
it.
was on the show.
That's
She
probably
wasn't. You
true.
would leave my mom out of
Joanne.
this.
Joanne was definitely on the
Joanne
Springer.
was
if
not
it
on
comes-
the show.
His
She was
publicist
very
didn't even
against
know he was supposed to come. She's like, he's not going to Comic Con. I'm like, yeah, he is. She's like, I didn't even know that. I'm
Jerry
like,
said that?
I was like, yeah, Jerry Bear.
What does Jerry do with his life now?
I think he still has the show, doesn't he?
I don't
No, I
think
don't
so.
think he
No,
has a
that
show.
show's been
I
on for a
think-
while.
Really, Jerry Springer shows them?
I think he just
Yeah.
lives his life.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like Larry King, where he does what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I guess, but Larry King still has a show.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
Also, Scott
What?
Snyder has
No,
not
not on
back.
CNN.
Larry King still has a TV show that he does.
Scott Snyder has also not responded to me yet.
Which doesn't surprise me. I
What
wouldn't
about
respond
D.
to it.
Snyder?
D. Snyder
Or
shows
Jesse
now.
Snyder, D. Snyder's son, who writes comic books.
Really?
I prefer D.
Well, yeah,
D's
obviously.
nuts.
We can talk about Stay Hungry.
No one would want to hear that.
That's the album. That's
No, I get
the
it.
big album. No, I don't think you do, 'cause I don't think you know the name of
Twisted
Twisted
Sister?
Sister's
I
big
really
album.
don't. I really don't. And I really don't care.
Yeah, he's got
Anyway, so
it.
let's get into some news here. Is that Twisted Sister?
No, that wasn't Twisted Sister.
Thank you. Anyway, so what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm
We're
Snapchatting it.
doing something
We're
here.
doing it live. We're Snapchatting.
I don't care. We're
Live.
doing
Live
something.
video for 9 panel.
So let's talk about some news here. This week we have a lot of news to cover. This week we have a lot of news to cover. First off, we have Bryan Singer, who's set to direct X-Men Apocalypse, which we all kind of knew was going to happen.
Hopefully they don't have any little boys on that set.
That lawsuit has been dropped. So
Yeah, I am sure they threw a lot of money at that lawsuit.
I bet you they did,
I
but
think it was.
I
I think it was
I don't
settled. I don't
believe-
know if it was dropped.
no, it was dropped.
Oh, like not even.
No, it was dropped.
They must have thrown a lot of little boys on that lawsuit.
I don't think that's how it works, Ollie.
I think that is how it works.
No.
If you don't have money, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've confirmed this, but what they've also been confirming is that there's going to be a release date of May 27, 2016,
Okay.
and they've also talked about how Kinsberg, who's the writer of this movie, he's basically come out and said, like, oh, yeah, we'd love to have,
Little boys.
no. We'd love to have people like Halle Berry back and
Really?
James Marsden,
But we can't.
but we can't really because the movie's set in the 80s. So basically what reading
Clean
between
house.
the lines is that they're going to recast a lot of these original X-Men characters. Why do you say perfect? I mean, other
Because
than Halle
Halle-
Berry, I get.
Well, who was the other person?
James Marsden, he was great as Cyclops.
Yeah, he. Well, I thought there was a third one.
Well,
Or
what
was
do
it
you
just
mean?
the two? I thought you said.
Oh, well, there's also Famke Janssen you can recast. You can recast, I mean, there's a lot of actors you could theoretically recast
Yeah.
from the original. You can recast Rogue, which would be nice.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to do that because she doesn't come into the X-Men until the first movie. So that won't happen.
Yeah. True Blood's over, so no more Shooker.
Yeah, no more Suki.
You gotta say it. Shooker.
Yeah, we know we
like
got
he
it.
says it.
I don't think you need to.
I think you do, but you don't know who you're talking about.
Right.
You might be talking about Snooki from the Jersey Shore,
I guess Snooki, though. Snooki and Sookie are different people.
I guess.
Anyway, we've heard last week about the Deadpool movie, and we kind of talked about this a little bit. But this week, we have a little bit of a problem, at least in my mind, with it.
What's the problem?
So apparently, in an interview,
Is it PG-13?
yeah. So PG-13 Deadpool. You should definitely yawn more on camera.
I
That's
will.
good for us.
All right, if it's good for that's
That's even better. Yeah. Especially when you yawn like this.
I
Right,
yawned away from the. No, I took the
No, you know what
majority
this means.
of
It
it off
means
the
there's just
camera.
not going to be any blood.
Well,
Well,
blood,
no, I mean, no
cursing.
cursing.
No, what was the
And
last
I-
movie they did that with? That we had an issue with. There was no blood. There was a movie
I don't know.
There was a movie that came out last year that we had. I think it was a comic book. Was it a comic book movie?
Not World War Z.
No, it was another movie like that. I'm gonna figure it out. And I'll post it to our Twitter. But there's another movie like that where people were complaining Why did they give it PG-13, and therefore we couldn't get like enough blood and cursing and things like that?
Yeah.
I mean,
I want a Deadpool that is I want an R-rated Deadpool.
I want a hard R. Like, I want a
Yeah.
close to NC-17
Yeah.
Deadpool. Like,
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. And then they release an awesome director's cut with everything.
yeah, exactly. Which I guess you could do, but you could still do a director's cut. But doing a director's cut of a PG-13 movie is not great.
I don't know. I just feel like you're declining Deadpool by doing that.
Right.
And you're taking
So-
so much of what people love about that character.
The over-the-topness.
Yeah.
Like the over-the-top violence, the over-the-top swearing, the over-the-top like blatant, crazy,
You don't
sex-infused
go
world.
about making a Deadpool movie, which is about the sick individual,
Yeah, deranged.
without doing R-rated. Like I don't even know why you would.
Right. No, I agree
It'd
with
be
that
like make it-
100%.
It'd be like doing a PG-13 RoboCop movie, which they did.
Right, and it didn't work out well.
I was alright, but
It wasn't great.
They
It wasn't
could've
as good
used-
as the first.
Oh, that
one.
was a movie, RoboCop.
okay, yeah.
RoboCop
Oh.
was PG-13. That's
Yeah.
the one that was complaining there wasn't enough blood.
Oh, okay. I still haven't seen the new one.
Oh.
Anyway, so along with that, I mean, one of my thoughts was basically maybe they're trying to make Deadpool PG-13 because they want to fit him into the larger X-Men
Oh,
universe.
absolutely. They want to market him to the largest amount of people they can get.
Marketed to my balls.
But I think that's a mistake. I think by trying to reach everybody, they're going to reach nobody.
No, I don't think. I think people still gonna watch it.
I think people are still going to watch it, the Deadpool fanboys, but I don't think people are going to enjoy that
You
movie.
can't. Wolverine Origins proves that you can't just put out a comic book movie
Right.
if it sucks. It's
That
gonna
movie made
bomb.
a shit ton of money though.
Did it?
Yeah.
It really made
It
money.
made, it made
I
the
don't
most,
think
it
it-
made the most I think out of any Wolverine movie till the last one.
Well, there's only been 2 Wolverine movies.
No, I mean not Wolverine movies.
X-Men?
Yeah, it was one of the highest.
Wow, really?
grossing X-Men.
That's insane.
Something's wrong with that then.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in more interesting news this week, we talked about some rumors about this recently, but it seems that we've actually got confirmed as Colin Farrell and Vince Vaughn are going to be the stars of the second season of True Detective.
I'm excited for this.
Are you?
I really am because I can see Vince Vaughn being really fucking. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Vince Vaughn. It's Colin Farrell, but to be honest, Matthew McConaughey I didn't think was going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
But he ended up being great.
Reconnaissance. It was all about the reconnaissance last.
Great.
And
Yeah.
then Colin Farrell. I mean, I've seen him do a million really good roles, serious roles. So.
A million? I don't think he's ever been in that many movies.
Or like 5 good movies. So.
Yeah, I've seen about like 3 good movies with him in it.
Yeah.
In Bruges is the
Daredevil.
only one that. Yeah, Daredevil. That movie was great.
I want a costume.
And what was the movie
I
you
don't know
did
what
with
accent that
New World? Was it called New World?
That movie was terrible.
It wasn't horrible.
It wasn't great.
I don't know what movie that is.
It was a
What's his
it
name?
was
Like-
Terrence Malick movie,
Yeah.
which
No
was
idea.
poorly received. Not one of Terrence Malick's
I'm
best
really
films.
excited for this film though.
This
I
TV
mean,
show.
This TV show,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's I mean you have the same writer, director. The
Oh yeah, it's gonna be the same thing.
No,
Okay,
the first-
so everybody behind
well-
the scenes is.
Everything
no,
is gonna
not
be the
true.
same.
No, not true. The first 2 are going to be done by Jason Lin.
Oh
Who
right,
did Fast and the Furious.
right.
Well, let's hope he slows down. It's not so angry with this.
See, apparently the reason they wanted him to come in is because they wanted to set the pace a little bit faster in the beginning of the series,
Yeah.
and then kind of slow it down with Vic later in the year.
Well, that didn't work out for that
Who's
dude.
Vic?
The guy who does True Detective.
No, he's not coming. The director's not coming back. Fukujiwa or whatever his name is not coming back.
Yes, he is.
No, he said he's not coming back.
Oh.
Yeah.
My bad. Anyway, so we also have new news coming out of the casting front for Agent Carter. It turns out Shea Wiggum, who not the guy
Chief
from,
Wiggum?
no, different guy,
Not related?
not related.
No.
Well, maybe he does play a cop in Boardwalk Empire.
Okay, so.
Who plays Eli in Boardwalk Empire has been cast in Marvel's Agent Carter, and he's going to be kind of playing like the lead of the group that that Peggy and Chad Michael Murray's character are going to be working for. So he's kind of like their boss,
Oh.
which is cool. I liked him in
Interesting. Chad Michael Murray is making his move into.
yeah, Chad Michael Murray. He's going to play Thompson, so that's
a man
cool.
with 3 first names.
Yeah,
Chad Michael Murray.
not Murray.
Murray.
I don't know that's how you say
CM
that.
squared.
CM squared.
Why don't they call him that?
Is that?
Wow, is that a thing?
No, it's MC squared.
Oh, Michael Murray. I gotcha. Yeah.
CM
So yeah, it works. It works. Yeah.
Ah, dude,
But
you have to
if
put
he
that-
decide, I'm gonna patent that.
tweet that. Tweet
Maybe you should take that Twitter handle and then be like, you should have this handle. I'll give you like
that. Wait, you
$1,000
got the
for it.
plus?
Yes. Why would you put that down?
I
Come
thought you
on.
said you had the regular 6.
No. We could talk about that later.
Or
It's a big ass phone, dude.
It's good. Yeah, we got it. Anyway, so that's going to be going on. So I think that'll this show's starting to look like it's going to be pretty solid with more
I
casting.
forgot about this show. Yeah.
Yeah, also.
I have not. I mean, I think
When's
it's
the
really.
premiere?
It's in January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they haven't even started filming yet.
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow, they're really.
because it's going to
smart.
be a middle point. It's only going to be like I think 8 episodes.
Oh.
And it's going to be bookended, or it's going to be the meat of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sandwich. So there's going to have their fall year and their spring year Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And in the middle, this is the connective tissue.
Oh, I know
Two
you
sandwiches
definitely
this
don't have this
episode.
up.
Yeah, 2 sandwiches.
So can I say something real quick, just because I know you definitely don't have this up there. So they officially start putting up pictures from the Powers show.
Yeah.
They look badass.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, Charlie Copley.
Charlito Copley.
Yeah, he plays what's his name? I forget his name.
That guy.
That guy, the main guy,
Mr. Powers.
Mr.
No,
Powers.
that's not.
It's not his name. It's not Mr.
It's not his
Powers.
thing.
But the show looked really good. I mean, I'm really excited to see where it goes.
Well, I'm still a little hesitant towards it being on the PlayStation
Which
Network.
I'm
so.
also kind of upset by that.
Yeah, so we'll see. So speaking of TV news and DC TV, we talked a little bit about Gotham, but the other big show coming out, like we talked about as well, is The Flash. And in good Flash news, we actually have the Flash getting 3 additional scripts being ordered by the CW. So basically, it was started with 13 episodes, and just today they've announced that they're going to have 3 extra episodes. So instead of it being a 13-episode season, it's going to be 16 episodes, which is always a good time for a show before it even starts.
Is Arrow?
Arrow's like 24.
Okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, you still want to make sure that Flash is going to work, right? So that works out for them. Now, here's the news that I thought you might dislike. So Robert Orci, who has been known to take up stuff and then just kind of leave it, he's done it again, and he's done it this time with the Power Rangers reboot.
Is the Power Rangers reboot?
Yeah, we talked about this like 2 weeks ago.
Like a
I don't
show
remember
or-
it either.
No, like a TV, like a movie.
But he's doing Star Trek.
Now he is. He was attached to do the Power Rangers movie. And now Robert Orci's kind of moved away from that, and he's going to jump into Star Trek 3, which kind of makes sense after he worked on the first 2.
On Star Trek 3 with William Shatner.
I've heard he was going to be in it, and then I heard he's not going to be in it.
And then he kind of shit on them this morning.
Oh, how did he shit on him?
He basically said the only reason why they're bringing up his name because no one talked to him is so they can get more press for the movie.
I mean, that makes sense. I don't think he's wrong there.
Yeah,
So
he was like really upset about it
why?
because he goes, I don't think they should be using my name to get pressed.
You were kind of one of the biggest characters in this universe. You're going to get talked
Who's
about.
a better captain, Picard or?
Picard,
True.
obviously. And Bakula's also up there.
Janeway.
Janeway, you and no one else.
No, I think people.
No,
prefer
people like Janeway
over
Bakula. Yeah, no, that's true. I would totally agree with that. Anyway, so let's move on to a different segment that we're going to talk about here. So the reason we're actually at the Fallout Shelter today during this week of the month of September is this week is Banned Books Weeks. I'll say that again. Banned Books Week. So basically,
Which bands? Which
no,
bands?
different type of band.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, it's not bands.
Bands,
Banned.
books? I didn't know
Band
they wrote
Snooki
books.
Week.
No. Suki Week. Banned Suki Week.
Band Snooki Week.
Is there
Yeah.
a Kiss book?
What?
Didn't Kiss have a book?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kiss, Motley Crue,
Yeah, Molly, I'd
Poison.
buy that book.
I don't
Def
really-
Leppard,
I don't really get where you're going there.
I'm just
Band-
Where did you bring out
Band
Kiss from?
Book Week.
because bands.
Oh, Banned Book
bands,
Week.
Yeah,
books,
band.
No, this is
Week.
banned, like
Yeah, like
B
the
A.
band.
No, like B A
I got
N
it. You
N.
don't have to explain it anymore. I got it.
So they have a book about the Ramones.
They do.
They
I have
did.
multiple
Can I tell you
books
guys a
about
funny
them.
story? Speaking of bands, so a guy today was talking.
Of like being
Ray-Bans?
banned.
no,
Can we
no,
talk about
they're not banned.
Ray-Bans?
So a guy came up to
Sunglasses?
me today and he was freaking out because his phone had the new U2 album on it, right? And he goes, I don't know what's wrong with my phone. I think it was hacked. Someone stole my credit card and just to fuck with me, just bought this U2 album. And I go, no, nobody fucked with you. I was like, Apple just pushed this album.
So
to
you've
everybody."
been living under a rock.
Yeah.
He goes, I thought this was like the first step of someone like hacking my account. So like, if we
This is
doesn't
the
notice-
first thing they do.
He's like, if they don't pay attention, if they don't pay attention to the YouTube album, they're
Yeah.
not gonna pay attention to anything else.
Because that's
They
the
don't
first thing that
notice
people
Bono
notice.
being annoying on their phone. We'll be fine, and we
Yeah.
can steal all their money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how that works.
No, that
I
logic
died.
works out.
because it was so dead serious.
Well, speaking of Banned Cook Week, I have actually made dolphin for today.
That's
you can't
good.
cook.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been to your house, man. You can't make anything but pasta.
What are you talking about? I make great food.
No.
I made an awesome steak last night for
You made
myself
steak,
because I was
and
alone.
then I found out that you just get the frozen steaks, the Salisbury steaks,
Yep.
and just pop them in the oven.
That's not how that works.
I know you do that.
No.
You do that?
You know, I caught him eating raw meat.
Well, I've done that quite a few times.
Yeah.
Me and a
called
dog.
it beef tartare, but it was just raw meat out of
Yeah,
the
that's what it is.
refrigerator.
You just gotta eat it a little
But
bit.
actually, it is banned book week, and I guess there's been a lot of cool books, regular books, and comic books that have been banned.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, over the years, there's been a ton of books being banned and being kind of.
What's your guys' favorite banned book as far as comic books?
I
mean,
mean,
the
say
cla-
Watchmen.
I mean, that's a classic, right? So, but banned. Before we get into that, Banned Books Week is basically a week where a bunch of people come together, including the American Library Association, librarians across the world.
Ooh,
Uh,
librarians.
right? Who doesn't love librarians? Comic store
Yeah,
owners,
he's got it.
readers, just
Even comic
teachers, everyone. Basically come together to celebrate the ability to read whatever you want without someone telling you can't do it.
I can't
So-
read anything.
Well, that's your own
'Cause I'm
problem.
illiterate.
Yeah, well, that's why you just keep on looking at the pictures.
Yep, that's
so
why I
it
like
works
comics.
out. Anyway, so this week is always a good time. We really enjoy reading our banned books, and it's important to kind of talk about this stuff not only because there are books that get banned, but because there are times in everyone's life where we go and try to read something, and it's like, well, you shouldn't read that. You're you're not suited for this, right?
Uh-huh.
And to be told that and not being told to be reading something can definitely stagnate a young reader.
I love how
Well,
it's
you know
become
what
like-
it is? I don't think it's so much as people telling you can't read. I think when a parent tells their kid don't read this, that's fine. It's when other people
of course.
say you can't read this. 'Cause
Right.
Who's policing the police? Who's
Speaking of policing the police, Watchmen.
Who watches The Watchmen?
yes.
Right. Anyway, so yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
who watches
100%.
the Watchmen?
So speaking of comic books or young people with comic books as well, this year's #1 book that was on
Which
the
I
list.
believe has been on the list for a while.
Yeah, this is the second year it's been #1, and this is Captain Underpants by Dave Pickley.
Which actually,
Or
my
Daft
nephew
Pickley.
has this book, and
I've read it.
I read it when I was a
read
kid. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
read
not.
it a few times.
It's not. I honestly don't see what people. It's actually. I read an article. They were saying it's anti-authoritative.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's not. It just teaches you to question things, which isn't a bad thing to teach kids.
Right, especially in a country like ours
Yeah.
where we're kind of brought up to question things.
Yeah.
Right?
Obama.
Yeah, I blame him.
I blame Obama. Not because of skin
Obamacare.
Not because of good,
No,
good.
I trust him, but not because I don't trust him actually. But anyways, that's not the point.
I don't know what he's getting into here.
Actually,
It's best not to delve too deep into that thought.
Yeah.
Moving on.
there was
So,
a
yeah.
really good book that was banned. I remember in middle school. It's called The Chocolate Wars. I don't know if you guys remember this book.
You can speak up though.
And it was about this group of kids that went. It was based on a true story. Went to a Catholic school,
Okay.
and they ran the school. Apparently, it was based on a true school in New York. And a kid comes in, and he kind of like two kids go in, and they kind of go against them, and they get their shit beat out of them.
Nice.
And it was cool because I remember they were telling us was like we were not allowed to bring it even to school.
Right.
And like we did bring it. I remember I brought it to school and I got in trouble. I got the book taken away from me, and that was the first time I think I tried to exercise my amendments. Like you can't take books away from me. I never.
You
got
can
that
take
book
our
back.
books, but you'll never take our freedom.
And that's when he lifted up his
Yeah.
kilt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's what I did.
And I
Yeah,
had
that's
nothing-
when the British killed Ollie.
Yeah.
Again.
Again.
Good job. But yeah,
Well,
so
I'm glad to see you're right.
yeah. Another book on the list for graphic novel sense is Bone. No, it actually didn't make the list
Bone,
this year. Bone by Jeff Smith, which if you've ever read Bone, it's kind of just absurd that this is on the list. It's been
all
brought
the
on the list. Yeah, that's it. It's been brought on the
Do it.
list because of smoking and of violence. And if you've ever read this book, it is the farthest
Racism.
away from that stuff you can.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's in it, but that's not even what the book's about at all. And we've had tons of books like this over the years, including stuff like, and these books get challenged by parents to have the library take them out of of being able to be borrowed out. So people that may not have the ability to go out and find this book by themselves or get this book by themselves don't have the ability to get it at their own library where they should be able to have any information they would like for free.
2014, you get this shit online anyway.
Yeah.
Well, right, but there's a lot of people in the world who don't have the internet.
Well, then
And
those
that's it.
people are not fit to survive, sir.
Well, I don't think that's it.
That's called survival of the fittest.
I don't know if that's
No,
how
he's
we're.
right.
I don't think that's how we're supposed to be looking at this.
Darwinism, communism.
Mm,
Communism.
yeah,
Communism.
but there's a lot of books that have been brought up and have been challenged, and a lot of books have actually been taken out of, being able to be borrowed out of libraries or being in school curriculums. One of them last year was what?
I can never go back to New York Public Library
What's that?
because I took out books and never put them back. So I guess I'm banned from books.
Whoa.
Not just this week.
Not even just for
all
the
year.
week.
That's your own fault.
Actually, it's been 6 years. So sorry, New York Public Library.
The library police are still coming out.
Yeah.
They're
You know
hot
they're
on your
there.
trail. One day they will get you.
You know there actually are library police.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's post office police too.
What's a library police?
they come after
They
you.
go
if you-
after you and they collect library dues.
I
They
mean,
don't have a gun or anything.
I don't know if they have a gun actually.
I'm pretty sure
the
they
worst
don't
kind of-
have a gun.
They
I'm gonna
might.
go ahead and say, I would bet money that library police do not have guns.
I'll bet all my past dues that they don't.
Yeah.
Double or nothing.
Double or nothing.
Well, we're both.
You're still not gonna
We're
pass.
both betting on the same side.
Yeah.
I think.
Anyway, so Persepolis was actually banned last year from the Chicago public
It's a really good
schools.
book.
That book's amazing. It's a story of a young girl growing up through the Iranian Revolution, and her wanting to be westernized and living like that, and having to come back to Iran after. What are you doing?
Put on my sweater.
All
I'm
right.
putting that on him, actually.
That's what I was thinking. He was going, do not
You
touch
look
it.
cold.
Please no. But yeah, so this book was banned last year from the Chicago Public Library, or not the public library, from the school system. The vice principal of the school district actually sent out a notice saying no one could use this book in 7th grade classrooms, I believe it was. And, it was this whole big stink. Media got really involved, and they eventually overturned it. But it just so happens that this year there was another one in Oregon that tried to do the same thing. So, I mean, that's one of those things where you kind of look at it, and this is a book about growing up, about maturing, about being able to find yourself,
Yeah.
and yet these people are kind of just shitting on that,
Might as well
like that
say
ideal,
anything,
right?
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, it's just one of those situations. But Banned Book Week is a great place to, or a great time to really go out and celebrate reading what you want.
Yeah.
There's a lot of famous graphic novels, and this year's Banned Books Week is actually focusing on graphic novels that have been banned in the past. Persepolis is a big one.
Alan
like that.
Moore.
A lot of Alan Moore. And speaking of which, Alan Moore's League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is one that's constantly topping the list, as well as, of course, Watchmen, like you said. Personally, one of my favorite banned books that was, or, if you want to call it a banned book, was The Dark Knight Returns from Frank Miller, which caught a ton of slack.
I'm sure.
Because it's very, anti-American,
American
consumerism, yeah. So, I mean, you get a lot of that, and
Reaganism.
So it was very much, and I mean, Batman beat the shit out of Superman. Like, come on. So you have that, and so tons of other books, and one of my personal favorites is Mouse, which has also caught a lot of slack, which really strikes me as crazy, because it's really just the story of the Holocaust, right? Told through a different lens.
Yeah.
It's like Fivefold.
Well, you know what it is? I
Well,
think
it was.
the reason why that book always gets flack is because it doesn't look like it should be such a heavy book, but it is. So you could be a parent who's like flipping through, like, oh, mouses, we're fine.
Yeah, and then you get to it.
Mices.
Mises.
It's just a bunch of mices.
Actually, it's funny. I think the first time I read that book, I thought I could read it in one sitting.
Yeah, no, that's a dense
That
book.
was not
Well, it's thin, and there's 2 volumes, so they're thin. They're like trade paperbacks, and normally you can
It's
get
like
through
American
a trade.
Tail.
Yeah,
But it's heavy.
like 5. But yeah, so I don't know why we keep on getting back to 5. But yeah, so that's Banned Book Week. You can definitely go check that out. You can check them out at bannedbooksweek.org. It's a great time, and we really support them. And thank you, Mark, for coming out and talking to us about it. He's back there somewhere.
Mark's getting it in.
I don't think he is. I really don't think he is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, it's about that time where we like to review some comic books.
All right.
So let's get into it. John, you read 2 books today.
I did.
Since it's Wednesday. We didn't really get a chance to talk
I
a
had
lot
to
of...
cram them in. First book I read was Amazing Spider-Man Learn to Crawl 1.
Yeah, do you want to look at that book? It's over here. Here you go.
No, hold on.
There you go.
This is the last issue of this arc.
Now, do they tie up Clash well?
They do. Well, I really like how they brought... Aunt May was awesome in this book.
I love Ant-Man.
And she actually... Because we had Spider...
Oh, Aunt May.
Yeah, what did I say?
I thought you said Ant-Man.
Me too. I thought you said Ant-Man.
That's what I thought.
Ant-Man.
Oh my god.
So I thought they really tied it together because they had, the first 3 issues, you had Spider-Man being Jackass Spider-Man that he was when he first got his powers. And then you had him like, okay, I'm just not going to use my powers anymore. And then we have him like halfway through this last issue. We have Aunt May talking to him about how, Uncle Ben did, he may have talked to you about having great power comes great responsibility, but he was also like a guy who loved life, and this is after Peter had to make an amends for all the crap that he's got caught for doing.
Right.
All the
And
nudies
he's
he has.
what?
All the nudies he has.
Yes.
No.
The fappening.
You guys see the second version of that? Woo.
No. I
No. I don't spend my time looking at that.
Hey, it was on Reddit, man.
Still.
Anyway, so she's talking to him. He's kind of depressed and upset.
Right.
And there's this great gag where she's talking to him. All of a sudden, her teeth fall out of her mouth and onto him, and then they start clacking.
Old people teeth.
Yeah, but
like Joker teeth.
Yeah, kind of like Joker teeth.
Nice.
So, and then they have like a good laugh over it, and it teaches Peter like, oh, you know what? Uncle Ben didn't just teach me that one lesson when he died. He actually taught me like my whole life.
Right.
Like how to be a good person and all this.
To be a good man.
Yeah, and. Well, not only that, but like the responsibility and like how you have these gifts, and you should be. It's your responsibility to share these gifts with the world.
Right.
And so the Clash ends up going to his.
Not the band.
Yeah, not the band.
From
Clash
Band
the
Books
Villain.
Week.
Yeah, from the Band
Right.
Book Week.
Okay.
He ends up going to the high school and starts like.
No more. What are you doing with a kiss again?
He starts destroying the place, and Spider-Man shows up. Rather than like just doing all that brawl, he starts doing the jokes that Spider-Man's known for, like
he's doing the quips,
wise, yeah, and getting people to laugh, and that's what's actually because Clash was actually more of a may have been too powerful for Spider-Man to take, because like the first time through, Clash took him no problem. This time he's the guy that gets Clash off his game by making him have like all these people laugh at him, and
so it's another public forum event.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not great at doing those.
Who, Clash or
Spider-Man? He should not be trying to have these public event brawls.
No, well, and then afterwards he has like this nice little talk with himself, and he's talking basically what I was saying about how Uncle Ben taught him all these things, and then I like how he ends it. He's talking to us. He says, well, not to us, but to like Uncle Ben. He says, "You're my hero." That's the end of the book.
Okay.
I thought that was an awesome. I mean, this book really doesn't have anything to do with
anything
Spider-Verse, but for its retelling of the origin story, I thought it was decent.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice way.
If it comes out in trade, and you enjoy Spider-Man, pick it up.
Maybe Marvel Unlimited once it comes out on there.
Yep.
Yeah, good times. So you said he beat the Clash, but like, so what's up with Clash at this point?
I don't know. We ended it with him being.
We already got that joke done. You missed it because you were looking on your phone.
I know, but I'm trying to buy an Earth 2 figures, but that's not even the point. The point is, I wanted to make a joke about the Clash again. Why can't I bring it back? Why can't we bring it back a joke?
Well, maybe you should stay, or maybe you should go.
There you go. See, that's a better joke. Not just saying the Clash again.
Here's the thing. I'm a man enough to understand when sometimes my jokes don't fly.
Sometimes?
I'm man enough to understand John sometimes has really good jokes.
Well, yeah. Anyway,
that's what these are.
So answer
jokes.
My question.
Can we all do?
I don't know.
I'm not doing that.
It ends with the Clash being webbed up, and Spider-Man's like, "I'll give you one last autograph," and then he signed it, "Your neighborhood Spider."
Oh, nice.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Okay, so my question is maybe setting up the Clash. Maybe he will come back at some point.
Maybe.
I mean, we've never seen him anywhere in Spider-Man mythology, so it's tough to like kind of just throw him in. But
I mean, personally, right now with everything that's going on in the Spider-Verse, I don't know how well he would fit in.
Right. Yeah, because he's a little bit more kiddie and a little bit more, adolescent in nature. But obviously, he would be grown now, at least a few years.
Oh, side question. You didn't have to get Edge of Spider-Verse.
I did.
Oh, cool.
I did not read it though.
Cool.
Ali, what'd you read this week?
I read Futures End number 21.
Because it's trademark. Yeah.
It's not great though.
It's a great trademark. I'm making sound effects for it.
Okay.
All right. They're single action guns.
No, but this is where you're supposed to talk about the comic
book. All right. So if you guys have been keeping up with Futures End, I know they've been doing like the one shots, but now one of the biggest things that happened in the first couple issues of Futures End was that Green Arrow was killed, and there was like a huge funeral, and Mr. Fantastic was there, and I mean not Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Terrific, or whatever his name is, was there. So with this issue, we kind of got a little more clarity because these heroes, some of the heroes from Earth Now left, and you have Barda's one of them, and she finds on this alternate Earth, it's not really Earth 2, it's like this other Earth, they find Green Arrow there, and they think it's like the Green Arrow from there. We find out it's not. It's actually the Green Arrow from our world. He escaped, and he escaped with Red Arrow and a bunch of them they can come back and fight again. And one of the people they thought they brought was Mr. Fantastic, but he
No,
self-destructed.
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific or
Same person.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Fantastic,
You know,
Terrific. Are they
fantastic
brothers?
is terrific.
Exactly, Mr. Terrific.
Terrific.
Terrific. So Mr. Terrific actually was it looks like he self-destructed his plane, but it didn't, and he got captured by Cadmus, who's a bad guy, and now he's operating on all these superheroes. It's crazy because Batman, like this issue, like really brought everything together. Because Future's End has gotten wild. Future End is so wild. If you guys have been keeping up over these 21 issues,
Is it wilder than Girls Gone Wild?
It's wild.
Because that gets pretty wild.
That does get pretty wild.
No, this is wilder because this is like
Is it wilder than Van Wilder?
I don't know if it's wilder than Van Wilder. See,
What about Van Wilder 2, Rise of Taj?
Van Wilder 4 maybe.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right,
The sequel with Ryan Reynolds.
All right.
The
You
one
guys
that no one
remember-
watched.
You guys remember last year with the Villains Month? I kind of felt Villains Month was very procedural. Like we kind of knew where it was going.
Yes.
Or we kind of felt like it was cool. It was a cool concept. We had like these bad guys that came and took over the world. Now this is like changing the whole universe, and it's really cool because I really hope some of it sticks.
What's also happening in the future, though?
But it's happening in the future. But I'm saying I like that. It's very innovative. For once, I feel DC is doing a good event. I don't like most of their events.
Well,
No,
do
I
you
thought-
feel like you know how this is going to end, or?
No, I have no idea. It's like all over the place.
Well, there's still also 40 issues of it.
I know, but I'm so excited for it. Like it's actually.
Did you say 40?
Yeah. This is one of their
initially-
weeklies.
Yeah, no, I knew it was weekly. I didn't know they were going to do
It's
it.
60 issues. They have 3 weeklies, right? They have Eternal, they have Future's End, and they have Earth 2. Which I don't
It's a
know.
weekly now too.
Yeah, it's been a weekly.
I haven't been paying attention to it too.
And, well, it's like a side book in Earth 2. And that's a weekly. And they're all going to be 60 issues.
Wow, that's a
So
lot of months.
Yeah.
That's at
60
least.
it's like,
No.
no,
It's a year.
no, it's not how that works,
13
John.
months. No, 15 months.
It's 13 months. 13 and a half months.
Oh yeah, 13 and a half months.
There we go. We can do some math. John, this should not be this hard. There's 52 weeks in a year.
So
No, dude, it's
that's
15 months.
No, if there's 60 issues and there's
Oh,
52 weeks in a
Yeah, so
year,
it's 14 months.
thank you. It's 13 and a half.
If it's 4
14.
weeks,
For Christ's sakes.
I
No.
thought 52 weeks in a year. If it's 4 weeks times 12.
Well, because there's not always 4 weeks in a month. Like on.
Are we really getting into
five.
this? Right.
That's a little weird. That fucks me up a little bit.
How?
No, it's gonna be awesome. I'm getting 3 paychecks. in October.
Yeah, me too. High five.
See, I just got my 3 paychecks in August because there was 5 weeks.
No, I got mine in May, and then I got.
We're weeks off. Like I get paid 1 week and then you get paid the next week. I think is how it works.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we can pay the electric bill. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't. Other than that, so what else is going on there? Is that it?
Pretty much that's it. I think everyone should. I mean, it's written by Azzarello, who I really, really like.
Azzarello.
And
Yeah, that guy.
it's,
He did 100 bullets.
And then you also have Lemire in here.
That's a
and
book that's probably on banned book list.
I would definitely bet that.
Yeah.
And then you also had.
Bye, John.
Bye, buddy.
Also, Lemire was also part of this writing squad, and also Dan Jurgens.
I like Dan Jurgens.
Jurgens.
No,
Jerry Gergens?
Yeah.
no, different guy.
I love that dude.
Well, did
Yeah.
he have a different name? What was the other name they gave him? Jerry, and then they gave
It
him
was Larry, I think.
Larry.
Yeah.
Larry.
Well, Larry was his real name, but
Larry's
called
his
him Jerry, and he never bothered to correct them.
Right. Anyway, so I read Batman Eternal number 25, the second of DC's weeklies this
You
week.
called it though. You said Hush was gonna be a big part of this.
Yeah,
And,
well, I mean, it made sense. But Hush has been kind of playing in the background for a while now, and we get it here again. But really, this is an issue that kind of sees things kind of take another step and kind of change the dynamic of Batman's world. So basically, he's been working with Penny 2, otherwise known as Julia Pennyworth, because
Julia Childs?
no, not Julia Child. She just yeah.
But are they related? I love
Yes.
chicken Popeye.
Julia Child, Julia Pennyworth is Alfred's daughter.
She's also the Julia Childs of Earth.
No,
Yep.
that's not it.
You don't know that.
I do know that for a fact. I actually wrote DC and I asked that question.
You did not write DC. You're
Anyway.
too lazy to even write
That
your
is
own mom.
bullshit.
Well, why would I write my mom? I just talked to her on the
Send
phone.
Send her a nice postcard. every
Yeah.
No,
time.
why am I going to do
Because
that?
writing letters is a lost art.
You don't do it.
Yeah.
You wrote me a
I'm
letter
not,
last week.
Yeah. I
No,
wrote it.
you don't lie.
No,
don't
It
lie.
was a postcard.
No one
so
likes
I guess It
liars.
was a little bit of a lie.
No one likes liars, and he didn't get you a postcard either.
I got him a postcard. Oh,
I
yeah.
don't believe you.
Yeah.
Show it to me.
Fine.
Picker, it didn't happen.
Fine.
Yeah, you're gonna go
I'll
buy
leave
a
the
postcard.
next time I go away, you're getting a postcard.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Watch.
so this issue kind of shows how Batman's been working kind of in the shadows with Penny too, or so she's basically been helping him, but that's basically been it because ever since Death of the family's kind of been split up. We've seen them slightly working together recently, but this issue really brought them all back together. Except for of course Dick Grayson because he's dead dead.
Fake dead.
Dead. But anyway, so Jason Todd tells Red Robin, Alfred's in the hospital. He comes there, and they're all like, we need to get the band back together, right? So they go ahead and get the band back together. And at the end of the issue, you basically see Batman showing up, coming out of some rubble. Hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. How are you?
All right.
Yeah, that's Mark. He's walking by.
Well,
You can't see it. Don't worry. So basically, no. Damn it! I feel like you now. I lost my train of thought.
Welcome to my world.
That's
Right?
What happens when you make fun of John?
Yep.
I make fun of John all the time. This is the first time I've ever lost my train of thought. Anyway, but we also get a few good moments here with Harper where she's trying to figure out a nickname for herself, and Red Robin's trying to help her, and they have a little bit of a thing going on, I think. So we'll see how this goes, but Wonder Woman stay. It seems like there might be a little bit of chemistry there. So definitely look for that in the future. What are you doing, Ollie?
I just got distracted by toys.
It's fine. It's been happening to me as well.
Toys that we should all be buying from the Fallout Shelter.
Yes.
Cool. You can buy them later. Anyway, so you also get that, but you also get a really cool scene near the end of the book with Batman and a hologram of Hush, and Hush kind of gives his whole spiel about how he's gonna win this time, and Batman's like, no, I'm gonna catch you, and I'm gonna find you like I always do, and I'm gonna destroy you. And he's like, but Batman, I already won, and it turns out he didn't. Oh, this is also the demise of of Jason Bard, the new police commissioner. Well, you haven't been reading this. It basically has come to fruition that yes, he is working with. This is Eternal. He is working with Hush. So big surprise.
Were they supposed to keep it on the hush hush?
No. Anyway, I mean, it's another solid issue, but it's nothing special. It's nothing like groundbreaking, but it is cool to see the band get back together. And you knew it was going to happen eventually. The family was going to start working together again. But it's always good to see that. So overall, okay, not great. But if you're reading Eternal, you're probably going to still pick it up. So I don't even know if we covered that book. So.
Well, a book I really love, and a book that had an awesome issue would be, I don't know if you can see this.
I can see it. That's letter 44.
It says the cat on the back. I was a cat.
Where's the
Mouse
cat?
card.
No.
What?
There's a cat on the back.
Oh, but they can't see that.
Well, you shouldn't let them see that.
There's a cat. Oh, it's not. I was the cat.
Who's watching us?
No one. Well, one viewer. I don't know who that
Can you
is.
see who that is?
No, I can't. Can we just go on?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
So.
Oh, here we go.
No, shut up.
This makes me feel good that you lost your train of thought
No,
right
I
after I did.
So,
$100.
what I really loved about this book was, you know how the president pretty much laid out his cards by putting out all that weaponry into the actual war.
Yeah, and people shit their pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he lost it all. Like
Yeah,
that card's gone.
Shocked.
So they had, for whatever reason, they had that whole battalion and all of these supplies in one area.
Okay, smart.
And
Oh no! So it's all gone.
so there was a terrorist organization that dropped there was this goat herder, who obviously wasn't a goat herder.
Fucking goat herders.
And
he hoards his goats.
He sets off a nuclear bomb and destroys everything. And there's they had the casualties at 11,000.
Nice.
And then they're in the war room, and they're like, so that was everything. We have plenty of traditional weaponry back home, but for like the new stuff, that's gone.
You know when the aliens come?
Yeah.
Oh man, did they get to a point where they showed the ex-president?
No.
And his reaction to this?
He has been MIA ever since they had that SWAT team
Right.
to his house. And
Right.
He's gone. I don't think the president even knows where he is.
That's a problem.
Yeah. And then we also.
How does Blades react to this?
Which one's Blades?
Blades is the president.
The black
He doesn't take it well. In fact, it looks like he gave up, and he just has his son come into the room, and he just hugs him really tight. And then it also looks like his wife is cheating on him.
She offered, I think, last issue to cheat on someone, or to cheat on her husband with someone to get like certain funding or something like that, right?
Well,
and that came to fruition?
Yeah.
Good for her.
And then we
Good for
also
her.
have on the space station, they are under attack.
By the
by
chandelier.
the aliens, and so we actually see like the military. We actually see like the military capacity of this ship that they send out for the first time.
And how does it work?
It looks really cool.
Is it like a ground crew type of deal? Like, do they have like alien life forms?
No. Not. I'm talking about the military capacity of the ship that they.
The chandelier thing. Oh, okay.
Well,
Gotcha.
What
My
we
bad.
see is there's two ships, and they keep circling and getting closer to the actual ship. We attack, and it doesn't go well.
Oh, good.
And basically, it ends with the doctor yelling at them to stop attacking and to take care of the people who. Because before this happened, the last issue, I think something happened on their ship, and they actually had to
like lock off 3 people or something like that.
So they stop attacking and they save them, and then the doctor told them to send any message, doesn't matter what it is, just encode it in their language and send it to them. And then it turns out that the guy who sent the message was reading Donald Trump's book. I can't remember the name of it.
It's all in the hair?
Yeah, it's all in the hair. And he sent that, and he's like, well, let's hope the aliens don't kill us on principle.
Yeah, nice. That's pretty solid.
So it looks like Earth is sent back to where it was. Not only did we reveal
Put that down.
our advanced weaponry to everybody and to the aliens.
You also see it in your face.
We lost it, and I have no idea what's going to be happening with the space station. But I like what the doctor said. He reasoned that I don't think an advanced civilization that was advanced enough to get it here and set up this whole ship would attack us unprovoked. And each time they provoked them. They were the ones who fired the first shots inside of the asteroid, and they were the ones who fired the first shot from the spaceship.
Right.
So
that's
they've
a problem.
been provoking them the whole time. And
Good, just like humans do.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I mean, overall, I've really been enjoying this series. Yes. It's nice that it's been optioned for TV. I think it works really well for TV.
Would work great on it.
I mean, it's going to be sci-fi, so it's going to be a little low budget, but I think that could work really well.
I think you could do.
I mean, Battlestar Galactica looked awesome.
Well, I don't think you have to do a super hot. Battlestar Galactica looked really cool. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm sure you could do something really solid.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it could work out really well. Overall, I think that's a really good show for them to kind of pick up, and I think it's something that has legs too, which is
definitely
smart. It doesn't feel like there's an end game in sight.
No, I have no idea.
So that works out really well. Oni Press with a solid, ongoing series, which normally you don't get to see, but right here you get to see it.
Letter 44 is awesome.
Yeah. Charles Soule, another winner for him. Ali, that was all you read this week so far, right?
Nothing else.
Nothing else. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
And that was your recommendation of the week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything I read, that's the best.
The 2 books you read, that's the best.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I said.
Out of the 3 books I read, I also read Guardians of the Galaxy Original Sin, number 19. It was okay. There's going to be a 3rd one, so, I mean, if you're reading it...
Does it feel like an Original Sin tie-in, or is it only a name?
It's only a name.
Okay.
I would like to say...
Is it as bad as the Last Will and Testament? Not bad.
No.
Not that that's a bad series, the Last Will and Testament.
It's kind of the same type of deal. It's not like this spun...
Original Sin on.
Yeah. Because really, the last issue 18, kind of started with Gamora basically just having Peter Quill captured and forcing him to tell a story of what happened with Richard Rider.
Okay.
And that's basically it. That's like the Original Sin thing. So there's really no, hey... I saw that there was something that went on with Richard Rider. You need to tell me everything. It was more as she captured him, which I found weird to begin with, because why did Gamora capture Peter Quill?
Yeah.
It was just, it's all right. It's not great.
No.
So if you're reading Guardians or you really like Richard Rider, I guess you could read this. But overall, I wasn't super thrilled with this book. Not great artwork either. Oh, also, they're in the Cancerverse, and they die in the Cancerverse, right? But they're reborn in the Cancerverse. Because you can't die in the Cancerverse if you're not from the Cancerverse. Get that? You got it?
There you go.
Good. But when you're reborn in the Cancerverse, you're naked. So Thanos...
Just like when you're born.
Right. So Thanos and Peter Quill are just running around the Cancerverse fighting the Revengers, who are the anti-Avengers, naked. It's pretty great.
How's Thanos'
They don't show his... whatever.
Purple Sherlock.
Yeah, it would be purple.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe it's not purple. Maybe it's pink.
Or maybe it's purple with little green dots. I don't know.
Who knows? We've never seen it. I don't plan to see it. So there you go. But my recommendation of the week is Low from Rick Remender, coming out from Image. And
Does Low hit a high here?
he does.
Yeah.
It's another solid issue for this. I talked about issue 2, and after reading issue 1, wasn't super thrilled, but that second issue where they show that they were actually in the future, and a satellite came back from outer space to say that there was actually a body that they were able to actually find to sustain human life. You got a little bit more of the wickedness of this world, which I really enjoy. So basically, the book has 2 scenes in it. Okay, or no, I'm sorry, 3 scenes. The first scene is basically the woman, the main character of this book. She goes to the senator's mansion, right? And there is just an all-out, crazy, sex-fueled orgy going on. Just crazy, like all over the place, right? And I'm like, okay, this book has some balls.
Open up with...
This would be a banned book.
You know, this seems so far. Every issue is opened up with a sex scene, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do have like some weird sex scenes in this book.
Well, I need that.
Okay, I mean you can talk about it.
Yeah, you got it.
Anyway, so can you just stop staring at the sex scene? It's weird. He's still staring at it.
Weirder.
Yeah, I guess so.
Talking.
Anyway, so you have that scene where she's basically talking about how, oh, hey, we actually have a chance for hope here. There's a reason why we can actually be hopeful finally. This satellite might have found a habitable world, and they are so convinced that this is the end of the world. They're running out of air. It's so toxic, and they shouldn't even concern themselves with it. That they're just ready to take as many drugs as they want, live as debaucherous of a life as you can, and just go out on a high note, right? Which I get, like, you know, that is a natural human instinct. If you know something's on its way out, you live it up, right?
Party like it's 1999.
Oh, I have terminal cancer. I'm going to go and complete my bucket list. I get that. But there is a sliver of hope here, and she holds on to that. Now, the juxtaposition to her is her son. And her son is a guy who's lost all hope, was arrested after last issue because he was so high he killed a hooker. And after this, I don't know why that's so funny.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
I've been there, you've been there, Mark's been there.
So he's in jail, he's hanging out, and he's like, in inner monologue, and he's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm such a terrible person. And you see him tying his noose, right? And at that point, the deal that the woman made, and by the way she was actually able to make this deal where she was able to get an escape pod, get her son out of jail, and get some, like...
sex?
Yep. There you go.
Wait, is she old?
She's probably like 50 or something like that, but he doesn't care. He was a lot older than that.
Okay.
Anyway,
Is she an attractive older lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's an attractive older lady.
All right.
So anyway, so there's that, right? But she gets to her son's jail cell just as he's about to jump off the chair, right? And this is how crazy this book is, and this is really where I was like, man.
While he's doing this?
Of course not.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Of course not.
Yeah,
that sounds like maybe.
That just seems even
I don't know.
weirder
In the
than.
Cancerverse, they were naked.
That's true.
Yeah. Thanos had a big dong, apparently.
You don't know that.
Purple and green.
I looked it up. It was on the Fappening, actually.
Yeah.
Thanos. Well, that's why even.
Do you know how pissed he's?
Once you take a picture of yourself on the phone, it can go anywhere, even if you're Thanos.
Even if you're Thanos.
That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, so.
Wait, was Hawkeye also in this?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hawkeye's dong.
I bet Captain America didn't do it.
No, he's way
He's
too
much
more
of an
off
old
that.
fuddy-duddy.
Yeah, he doesn't take any pictures with his
Fuddy-duddy?
phone.
Yeah, fuddy-duddy.
You're fuddy-duddy, you say fuddy-duddy.
Anyway, so.
That's true.
Anyway, so she gets to the jail cell. They open the door, and they're like, "You have a visitor." And he looks at his mom, and he goes, "Fuck it," and he still jumps off the chair and tries to kill himself. She breaks him out, or she doesn't break him out. She takes him out, and she knocks him out, brings him to the surface in the. No, what? No. And then she brings him into the escape pod. They go up to the surface, and at the end of the issue, they're near the surface, and he realizes that life's more than what he's been experiencing, and it's worth saving, right? And he has hope. But overall, it's a really solid issue. Tocchini is a really solid artist. He has great art in this, and it works out really well. And overall, I really enjoyed this. Remender has another solid issue from Image, and I really recommend it. It's not probably everyone's type of book, but if it's a book that you're looking for a little bit more mature, a little bit more a good mix of despair and hope, it's really solid, and I recommend it. So, yeah. That's our recommendation of the week. Ollie doesn't have one.
Well, I guess it could just be the book that he read.
Right, but whatever.
I don't know if I really liked it.
You said you liked it.
I mean, I liked it, but it wouldn't be like my recommendation of the week.
Well, mine was Low, from Rick Remender and Tocini over at Image. And this was letter 45 from Soul and Albuquerque from Oni. Make sure to come to the Fallout Shelter and pick them up, or at your local comic book shop. And
the Fallout Shelter.
yeah, and John, why don't you tell people what they should be doing?
They can go on the internet. Well, first
They
off,
can go on the internet,
yeah,
huh? You're allowed to go on the
You're allowed
internet.
to go on the internet. That's not banned.
Not yet.
Yeah, you could.
Only in Iran.
You can find us on the iTunes and Stitcher. Make sure to leave us a 5-star review. Remember, Ollie's promise that he will pledge money to cancer research
He did say this.
for any 5-star review that is put up on the iTunes
Yes.
or the Stitcher.
Also, remember, if you guys put together, like I told Black James, if you put together a compilation of every single one of my racist, sexist
Every
rants,
single.
Yeah, but you haven't had those in a long time.
I know, but it doesn't matter. From the beginning, I'm gonna give you $100.
All right.
Well, after they're done with that, you can also find
Before.
9 Panel.
Before they start
Before or
that.
after. Either one.
Try to do it before, please.
You can find 9 Panel
might
on
take a
Facebook
while.
by searching for 9 Panel. You also find us on Twitter at 9 Panel. You can find the Fallout Shelter by searching for Fallout Shelter on the Facebook, or you can find them at the Fallout Shelter. It's not the Fallout Shelter, it's just at Fallout Shelter, right?
On Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I added the at Fallout Shelter on the Twitter.
And until
And
next time,
look for Mark
nerds.
online.
Oh, wait. What?
Look for Mark online.
Look for Mark online.
Yes.
Make sure. At Mark Angie.
And until next time,
Jack Angie.
Jack Angie. That's it.
Yes.
Not Mark Angie. At Jack Angie. And until next time, folks.
go read some comics.
Yeah, that's the one. Stop it. Stop it. Jesus Christ.
Pew, 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 pew.